This is a great day ride. It doesn't matter whether you come from Brisbane or the Gold Coast. It's about 100 kilometres from each location. Ideally, the place to meet is in Boonah, and then kick your ride off from there. I'll include a map or links to the map in the comments below this video. So the plan is to leave Boonah and then head out to Carneys Creek Road. Go through White Swamp, which will give us a good run on the dirt, and then up Headgate Road to the top of the range, again more dirt, and then join Spring Creek Road, and then the head road again to come down back to Mount Alfred, where we could get some lunch at the old brewery. So hope you enjoy the ride, and I'll give you some updates as we travel along. We're just about to start the dirt now, so we'll look for a place to stop and let some air out of the tyres. Certainly, as we get higher up the range, there's been so much rain, we're not sure what to expect of the roads. Some of the creek crossings will be a little bit flooded or underwater, but they're fine. We've been through them a few times before. However, if there has been a lot of rain, the top of the range can get a bit greasy, so won't hurt to let 3 or 4 psi out of the tyres. We'll shortly be passing through the historic area of White Swamp. White Swamp itself, the village, has completely disappeared. The only reminder now is White Swamp Road that we're travelling on. But at one stage there was this was a fairly prosperous logging area. There was a post office, a large timber mill, a school, a cemetery, which has only recently been restored in about 2000, and a couple of general stores. There are no sign of any of these now, and the village seems to have disappeared in the late 20s, early 30s, and there are absolutely no buildings. The cemetery has about 15 headstones. The last one reads 1915 for the last burial, but of course there would be a number of unmarked graves still there. The descendants of the original settlers here erected a fence in 2000 to keep the cattle out around the old cemetery, and it was tidied up, which is good to see. I won't tell you where it is because no one needs to go over there and do anything silly. However, there's only one house left here now, which was an old farmhouse, which looks pretty good with all the cattle wandering around it as you pass through the area. White Swamp Road continues on to Old Kareela, but we're about to take the right fork, or the branch that goes to the top of the range, up to the New South Wales-Queensland border gate, and the old house which was once occupied by the officials who checked everyone across the border, and their cattle, of course, which were sometimes impounded or checked to make sure that they didn't carry any of the diseases that Queensland didn't want at the time. But I'll talk more when we get to the top of the mountain, because I've been told the house won't be there much longer. So this is the border gatekeeper's house on the New South Wales-Queensland border. The last time that we were through here a month or so ago, it wasn't broken open as it is now. So a good opportunity to go in and have a bit of a look around. It wouldn't have been a bad spot to live in the day with some magnificent views, although you're a very long way from your nearest neighbour or a general store. There was a local farmer who was telling us the last time we came through that the house has been given to a local farmer to move, provided he moves it to his property. So obviously the government, who still owns the block, that doesn't want the house there any longer, which will be a pity. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the look through. It'll be one of the last anyone's going to get. So we're heading down Spring Creek Road and then the Head Road, and we'll make our way to Mount Alfred, to the brewery, and a very nice lunch because they do a great egg and beetroot quiche, if that's what you like. Okay, we'll be there soon. we're just coming into Mount Alfred now. There's an interesting story with the brewery. It was the general store, the old general store, which was built in 1880. It had been closed for many years, closed in about 1990. 7 years ago, a local farmer and his wife bought the old, very rundown building and turned it into a boutique brewery and cafe. She is a wonderful cook, the food's terrific, so I recommend it to any of you riders who are travelling out that way. It's a great place to stop for lunch. Well, thanks for coming along. We'll see you on the next ride.